Hello and welcome to my channel, and here's an episode of Story Time. Here are some examples of messages produced as evidence of harassment towards an ex-partner. The civil court verbal hearing for precarious eviction was heard on June 10th, 2022. The defense lawyer would not listen to me and ignored all of my evidence when I told her that the statements in the court documents were misleading and not truthful. The Free Public lawyer told me, "The judge will order your eviction." A court official told me that the lawyer was not helping me, and in 2023 I found that there was discrimination on the grounds of language and socio-economic status. Was I a bit stressed? Yes. Might I have been in trauma? Yes. Was I sleeping soundly at night? Hell no. I had taken my evidence to the courthouse and I was not allowed to speak or read out any statement. I had a translator who gave his time for free. The verbal hearing lasted 5 minutes. I couldn't understand why the court had decided that the plaintiff had to appear in person. He had to fly in from the UK, when at first I was told he would appear via video link. I asked if I could have a friend with me for moral support, and the defense lawyer told me no, restrictions were still in place. The ex arrived with his new wife and 2 other men who may have been his legal support and translator. All 4 were allowed into the courtroom. I was sitting in the same front row, just a few chairs away from the ex. After the hearing, I was so angry at what had happened. I stood up and said out loud, "What just happened?" I placed a letter on the table in front of the judge. My lawyer rushed to the table, snatched the letter and gave it me back. Then the judge pointed at the door and told me, "Out, out." He was going to call the Guardia Civil. These actions were totally out of character, and before leaving, I went to where the ex was standing next to his wife. I took some of the evidence from my bag and threw it at his chest. The red bondage rope bounced off his white shirt and landed on the floor by his feet. The guy on the left gasped out loud as I said, "Thank you," then tipped all of the other items onto the floor of the courthouse while saying, "Thank you, thank you," and I turned and walked away. Now, the real reason why he filed 7 criminal allegations against me, quote by the Barcelona lawyer in the criminal court statements. My principal decided to file his complaint when he reached his patience limit, when, after the eviction trial was held, the defendant threw at the feet of my client a bag full of used sexual objects, yelling at my client that he could stay with them. Another total fabrication written by his lawyer. In all these social networks, we can see endless references to my client, along with a lot of publicity about the book that she has written about the life of the principal and her experiences, putting the real name of my principal. The ex is named Philip Holby in the story. The messages were not considered harassment, according to the judge in the criminal proceedings. Now there are only 2 allegations left in the court, and I am hoping for an acquittal.